Welcome back, everybody. My name is Trey Herrera. I know I've been taking frequent breaks from YouTube, and it's not because I want to, it's just because I have a lot of responsibility. With that being said, this is the project we're working on right now. This is my buddy Bobby's 240. We're getting the LS swap in here. I'm doing a tube front on this thing. You guys name it. We're patching up some rust spots. Yeah, pretty much full build on this guy. We are kind of on a time limit as well. I'm gonna try to get this whole thing done within a month. Yeah, just really kind of showcase what I could do. So I should have started as of this morning, but it didn't. It's okay. But yeah, this was a drift car. It's gonna continue to be a drift car. So it had several pieces that were damaged, as you guys could tell. All of this stuff was pretty nasty. I went ahead and chopped everything off. I'm actually fixing some rust spots on the fender well here. But yeah, it's gonna continue to be a drift car. We picked up a 5.3 for it. Pretty much seat time car. So this is a 5.3. We're gonna put a good oil pump on it, good head gaskets, and good lifters, and send her on her way. This car is virtually stock, LS1 intake. I still gotta go through the heads. We gotta clean all this stuff up, get everything painted. But first priority is getting all of this patched up. Hopefully this comes out as good as I think it will. All right, guys, day 2, working on the 40. We got to get this thing moved back over. I'll show you guys what I did yesterday. We're patching up this guy, a bunch of stitch welds to get the fender weld to fix. I use 16 gauge steel to kind of patch everything back. What I'm gonna do is, it was really rusted right in here. And so what I did was I cut that out. I patched a piece on the backside and stitch welded it, and then once I stitch welded it, then I put a thicker bead so it won't break. Stitch welded it up top. What I'm also gonna do is cut a small thin piece for right here, and then weld both sides together, so giving it a whole lot more rigidity. Still got to patch back in here. Oh, excuse me, that's my extra plate. Still got to patch back in here, but I had to get a different socket set for the wheels he has because they're a different setup than what I have. So we'll get this all fixed up. After that, I'm going to be working on the engine here. So pretty much just cleaning up the valve covers, cleaning up the heads. As you guys can see, we already went through kind of the pistons and stuff. I'm going to actually soak the lifters in oil, get all those installed, clean these up. We're gonna get them painted today. We're gonna get the intake painted as well. The previous owner painted it silver. So Dakota wants his intake and valve covers to match the wheels, which are gold. So we're gonna try to take a photo and match, pretty much paint closest to that as possible. So yes, the valve covers weren't in terrible shape, but you could tell at typical LS, they were not cleaned frequently. So guys, my priority has not been in the cars, my own cars. Priority has been working a bunch. We're just kind of getting ready for the baby and everything, so that's why you haven't seen a whole lot of footage from me. We're gonna try to make moves, just kind of scaling back and just focusing on work and making sure the wife is all good and everything else is good. So priorities, guys, it's all about priorities. They use exhaust bolts. Usually 5.3s come in really good condition, at least bearing wise. So this one has a very tiny bit of wear, but overall it looks awesome. So it's nice and clean. I'm gonna go through all the rest of the rod bearings, because usually that's the first thing that goes, either that or the cam bearings. And then we're gonna re-torque them back down and then send it. Number 2. So this is a Gen 3 motor. It's gonna be drifted, but I'm gonna have it fairly conservative on the tune. Competition car, like really just a seat time car. And should get down real good. See, all of the bearings in pretty good shape. This is good, just a SBE build, as I stated before. 99% of them are just built to be runners, so this is what you're gonna deal with. Day 3 of clapped out 240s and LS swaps. You guys already seen I was prepping the engine yesterday. Still have a couple of odds and ends to go through on the engine. We're actually gonna start working on the chassis some more. We're still waiting on the tube side of stuff. A new plate to go there, as you guys can see. You could even hear it. Also gonna patch this guy here. See, this one's way more solid than that one. I'm gonna add a new plate down here and then finish patching this one, cut the rest of this away, and then I'm gonna leave this for now until we get the new tube stuff, and then because this will be a reference for headlights. A different chassis would actually be a lot easier to fix than this one, but he has a certain sentimental value with this car, so that's what we're doing. But this one's pretty clapped. But that's why I'm here, to make it unclapped. This is a true rag to riches story. Okay. So we're gonna repatch all of this. So you guys see that? See all this under here? There. But yeah, it's rough. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if there would be a lot more rust everywhere. You know, and then I end up having to do a lot more work on this car. But yeah, you guys see all that. It's pretty rough. We're gonna try to get him as structurally stable up front as possible, but we really don't know how the rest of the car looks. This is all I'm contracted to do, so you know, all I could do now is make suggestions and go from there. Yes, tons and tons of work, but this is what we're here for. Okay guys, day 4, we're in the Z, we're driving to the shop. We actually got to go pick up some gas for the TIG welder today, which I'm excited. Been daily driving this thing. I did have a fuel pump issue, what was it, like 2 weeks ago. This thing kind of left me stranded a little bit. What happened was I pretty much went and rode my bike with the boys at the skate park, and then when I went to go home, fuel pump only gave me about 10 pounds of pressure, and I was on a Wallbearer 255, but I honestly don't think I was on an actual 255. I think I happened to get maybe a Chinese knockoff or something. But anyway, right now we have a Dishworks 300C in here, and it's working awesome. I have great fuel pressure. I did change out the fuel pressure regulator as well, but that is literally the only work I've given to any of my cars. So, and since I sold my truck, I'm actually in desperate need of another truck, so I may be trying to buy another truck soon. Hopefully we can find a diesel that isn't ridiculously priced like everything is right now. We'll tell your brother to donate this truck to us.
Yeah, right.
He said, "Hail to the no." You're right.
That's what he's gonna say. Hell no.
But you don't need this thing. This is step side. It's oldie. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a brand new one. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna go get some gas. I was making jokes over here.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to go there.
So guys, I'm sorry, I got consumed. We ended up playing with the welder and not filming a thing. But we got it all set up. Right now, this is not the most ideal setup because we got a lot of stuff, but we were playing with it a bit. Obviously, we're still new to the game, so some of the welds are not the best. This one's still a little bit hot, but this is first time TIG welding. This is thick plate, so a little bit easier. We're gonna be getting back to work on this thing within the next day or so and making moves. Also need to make moves on my car. I would like to redo the turbo setup, specifically the hot side, and then also I want to start doing the tube front on the GTO as well. So it'll be much like this for a moment.